Tuesday is election day for voters for dozens of local races, including who will take the helm as mayor of the city of Atlanta. You can cast your votes in Fulton, DeKalb, and Cobb counties. We have all the times up on 11alive.com. We will also have election day and night coverage on Tuesday. You can watch it right here on 11 Alive, or you can check the numbers online at 11alive.com. Elections here in Georgia are piquing more and more national interest, especially after the state flipped blue in the 2020 presidential election. Former President Donald Trump lost Georgia to President Biden in a very close and contentious race. For months, Trump has repeated the unfounded claims that the election was rigged and stolen from him, and also making digs at Georgia's Secretary of State Raffensperger, a Republican. Joining me now is Chuck Todd, moderator in Meet the Press. Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, good morning, Christy.
You have Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger on your show today, who is up for re-election next year. With his history of not backing down from the former president, how long are his odds to survive a primary challenge and be re-elected Secretary of State?
Well, I think the primary is the hardest part, right? If he gets through the primary, I think he has a great shot at getting re-elected. I think that the general election might be the easy part for him. I think he would have the confidence of independent voters and things like that, but it's getting through the primary that looks to be nearly impossible. Look, I find it fascinating. He's running, and he did a book. You know, we're having him on. He's got a new book out. That's why we've invited him on, where he goes through in detail how he pushed back at the former president, who essentially asked him to break the law. And obviously he chose not to break the law. But we've seen the political consequences, and it is an uphill battle. And that is a curiosity. What does he hope to accomplish? If he doesn't win this primary, is there something else he hopes to accomplish here? And are we really setting ourselves up for a situation where we could have a Secretary of State who the next time would be willing essentially to commit a crime if the former president asked him?
Speaking of the former president, President Trump was at the World Series game here in Atlanta last night, pictured with Senate candidate Herschel Walker. Trump says he was invited by the MLB commissioner and the president of the New York Yankees. So does this mean Trump is not mad at Major League Baseball for moving the All-Star game from Atlanta? And do you think there could be a different political message here?
Oh, I think this was a little bit of every. I think this was all about baseball, the Atlanta Braves, and its relationship with Major League Baseball on that All-Star game, and has much less to do with D versus R in Georgia. I do think it's a little bit of that. I do think that Major League Baseball is concerned about losing some of the fan base that is very supportive of the former president. I do think the Braves are still mad at Major League Baseball for doing that. I think it's interesting that it went from the Braves inviting him to suddenly Major League Baseball. Maybe it was Major League Baseball wanted to make it look like they weren't anti-Trump at this point, but this is all tied up into the complicated and I think what is still some raw feelings between the Braves owners and Major League Baseball over the All-Star game. It's a big financial hit that the team took.
Yeah, indeed, it is. It's still a little raw here, I think. You're right. All right, Meet the Press airs today at 10, following weekend mornings right here on 11 Alive.